Wilt Chamberlain, Nick Collison, Drew Gooden, and Danny Manning are some of the greatest players to play the game of basketball, and all of them grew up under the same roof. In November of 2010, Allen Fieldhouse was voted the loudest college basketball arena in the nation by ESPN magazine. All these former KU players would agree that Allen Fieldhouse is the best place to play in college basketball, and I'll give you 3 valid reasons as to why this is true. The first reason why I think Allen Fieldhouse is the best place to play college basketball is the history. The Fieldhouse was named after Forrest Fogg Allen, who was a coach at the University of Kansas for 39 years. The physical basketball court itself is named after the inventor of the game and also former coach James Naismith. The arena was built in 1952. There was a halt in construction for a while due to the restriction of steel consumption during World War II. The construction was continued when the construction company found a loophole in the stoppage by agreeing to build extra rooms in Allen Fieldhouse just for the storage of guns and ammo. The capacity had changed several times during the history of the Fieldhouse. It went from as low as 15,800 to 16,300, where it currently is at today. The largest crowd was in March 1st of 1955, when over 17,200 people attended for when the building was being dedicated. Over the history at Allen Fieldhouse, there have been many events in the auditorium that weren't just basketball related. These events included the Beach Boys, Elton John, Doobie Gray, and many others to perform there. President Bill Clinton gave a speech in 2004, and in 1968, President candidate Robert F. Kennedy also gave a speech. Over 20,000 filled in for the speech of Robert F. Kennedy. My main point number 2 as to why I think Allen Fieldhouse is the best place to play in college basketball is the traditions. The traditions are like any other place in the world, and they happen at a regular basis at Allen Fieldhouse. Before the start of every game, the fans sing the alma mater, and it's called Crimson and Blue. During this, the fans typically wrap their arms around their neighbors and sway back and forth. Right after the alma mater, and the famous Rock Chalk chant is recited. After the national anthem is sung, the fans will pull out their University of Daily Kansan newspaper, which I don't have, and wave it in front of their faces while the opposing team is being introduced. After the visiting team is introduced, a video clip is played showing the accomplishments of KU b-ball. The newspapers are then ripped for when the home team players are being introduced. When an opposing player fouls out, they wave their hands in the air, mocking the player, waving them goodbye. This is called waving the wheat. Towards the end of the game, the fans will do a slow version of the Rock Chalk chant when they're up by a lot, and they're for sure they're going to win. This typically happens in the last minute of the game. These are a few of the many traditions. My main point number 3 is my own personal experience that I have had at Allen Fieldhouse. I fell in love with Allen Fieldhouse the first time I went when I was 8. My dad took me to a KU-MU basketball game, and I adored the atmosphere from the moment I walked in. The experience is something you can hardly describe. It's almost something you have to see for yourself. Wilt Chamberlain and all the other players who played at KU would have agreed with me that Allen Fieldhouse is the greatest place to play because of the history, the traditions, and for their own personal experience. Here's the Daily Kansan. It's the newspaper that they hold up when they're introducing the opposing team. That's my speech. Thanks.